Hello YouTube. I'll be reading from A New Concept of the Universe, written by Walter Russell. The duality of electric effect. No effect can be produced unless there is an equal opposite effect to work with it. Electrical workers are two which move in opposite directions to perform that effect called work. Effect is therefore two-way, just as work is performed two ways. The two electrical workers are like two men on opposite ends of a double saw which pull and thrust in opposite directions from opposite ends to perform the work of sawing down a tree. Or they are like two compression and expansion ends of a piston which pull and thrust in opposite directions sequentially to move and to perform work while they move in either opposed directions. Each end of the saw or piston is helpless without the other. Heat, for example, is one end of the cosmic piston. Cold is the other end. Just as long as these two conditions exist, the piston of interchanging motion will continue to expand and contract sequentially. When each has found equilibrium by voiding the other, motion will immediately cease and work can no longer be performed. Science says that cold is less heat. One might as appropriately say that female is less male, or that south is less north. Science says also that there is no compensating uphill flow of energy to balance its downhill flow. There is an uphill flow, otherwise a downhill flow would be impossible. Every wave is a compression-expansion pump. The whole universe is a giant pump. The two-way piston of the universal pump constitutes the universal heartbeat. A one-way pump is impossible. The compressed condition of this universe is exactly equal to the expanded condition. The compressed condition is gravitation. The expanded condition is radiation. Gravitation and radiation are equal opposites. Each is helpless without the other. In fact, each condition is impossible to produce without simultaneously producing the other. Heat is the effect of multiplied resistance to the compression of gravitation. Cold is the effect of the opposite strain of resistance to evacuation, or emptiness, which results from the expansion of radiation. There is as much cold in the great expanses of space as there is heat in the compressed suns in all this universe. There is not 1 ampere of difference between these two opposite conditions of the electric workers in the whole universe. Nor is there 1 milligram of weight in it which it is not balanced between the two. This universe of electric waves is divided into wave fields. Each wave field is equally divided by contraction of gravitation and expansion of radiation. The potentials of solid in a wave field is equally compensated by the potential of space which surrounds the solids. It is impossible to unequalize these two conditions in any wave field, or produce either one of them separately without simultaneously producing the other, as it would be to polarize one end of a bar magnet without producing an equal pole of opposition at the other end. This wave universe is divided into wave fields. Each wave field is an electric battery which is forever being charged by the centripetal polarizing power of gravitation and discharged by the centrifugal depolarization power of radiation. This process is a manifestation of the life-death, growth-decay principle which is ever present in every motion of motion, in every effect of motion in nature, without exception. Together they constitute the electric action-reaction sequences without which there would be no universe. It is not true to nature, therefore, to say that either heat, cold, Compression, expansion, or any other expression of motion is energy. If the power to cause motion is in the balanced state of rest, it's necessary following that energy is in the stillness of rest and not in motion, which is effect of cause. The mind of the Creator is the fulcrum from which the wave lever of mind thinking extends to express the energy of creative mind. Thought waves cannot, therefore, be the energy which caused them to become thought waves. Any lever is powerless without a fulcrum. The power to move lies in the fulcrum which never moves. All motion starts from a point of rest, seeks a point of rest, and returns in the reverse direction to its starting point of rest. Test this fact by throwing a ball in the air, breathing in and out, pulling a chain, or walking. Electrical effects of motion are not energy. Matter in motion is a marionette on the end of two mind-controlled electric strings.